hello, Tatiana and Jamila. How are you doing today?
Fine, thanks.
Good. Okay, so you guys both run, or you're an intern, and you run the City of Santa Monica summer program for kids in technology, correct?
Youth Tech, yes.
Youth Tech, okay. How did you guys get started in that?
Jamila?
Okay, well, Santa Monica Youth Tech program, it actually started in 2012, and I was a participant in the program. So from then on, the following year after, I was hired to be the administrative intern, one of the administrative interns. And along with some of my peers, we kind of helped teach some of the curriculum portions and help come up with different things to make the program not necessarily better, but kind of develop it in a way. And so now this year, I've kind of taken more of a higher role in that aspect. Now I'm the business curriculum coordinator for that portion, and I mean now I'm working with Tatiana to just kind of develop the program in a way, make things happen a little bit better.
Oh, great. Can you take us through a typical day in the program? Is there a typical day in the program?
Not every day is honestly
different.
Totally different, but I'll give you kind of just like a quick background. So the first week is hosted at City Hall, and this is where the students kind of go through what we call like an IT rotation, where they see all sorts of city's technology from databases to the traffic management center. They see fire and police systems. There's all sorts of things they see that we want. And then weeks 2 through week 6, they're hosted at a tech incubator, and they work on developing their own civic-oriented business. And this is where individuals like myself and other instructors come in and teach them business concepts, coding and web development concepts. We bring in outside individuals, people who own certain companies, to kind of just talk about their company, their interests, their background, help them kind of give them tips and tools to eventually launch their own company. And then at the end of the 6 weeks, they pitch their idea to a panel of investors.
Great. That's really cool. What are some of the ideas that you've seen that have really inspired you? Both of you.
I mean, I can kind of just speak from my first year again. We did something with children with developmental disabilities, and kind of try to do like an online platform as well as like an in-class environment. There was a parking app that one team created. Last year, there was a fitness program that a group developed, and there was a team called Interest Alley, where they kind of try to match students with internships based on their interests.
Oh, okay.
Which it's kind of all been different every single year.
Absolutely. So what drew you specifically to the program? You're an intern, now you're working with the program. What drew you initially to the program?
Literally, the program director, Gary Carter, he came into my high school classroom and he was like, internship opportunity, program opportunity with the City of Santa Monica. And literally I was just like, okay, what's the address? How can I apply? Let me just fill things out. Because as soon as I heard City of Santa Monica, as a high school student, just about to apply to colleges, that's something that just would have been a great opportunity. And ideally, I kind of just sort of fell in love with it. I love working.
That's wonderful. That's really great. And how are you involved in the capacity? You run the program, correct?
Yes. I was hired for the community broadband division, which is within the city's IT department, over 6 months ago. And one of my responsibilities was going to be to, direct the program and assist with coordination of the program. Jamila has the experience of going through the program and also, acting in an administrative intern capacity. So I've really relied on her to tell me what the strengths and weaknesses are of the program. And with that, we've been able to further develop the curriculum, further develop our outreach efforts this time around, and just really establish some protocols for how we're going to manage the program going forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you guys see it going in like 5 or 10 years? Like, what's your big plan for this program? What would you like it to do ultimately that it's not doing now?
We want to continue this 6-week summer component, but we also want to reach out to students and provide more daily after-school involvement or activities so that they can maintain their interest in tech. I mean, tech is an constantly evolving field, and having youth input on what's the latest, what's cutting edge, and then, even developing our understanding of it and working with them and identifying potential career opportunities for them is what we'd like to do. We want it to be something year-round.
Absolutely. So how would you want to have parents get their kids involved, or what advice do you have for people who want to encourage their kids in the tech industry?
We've been successful in that most of the applicants that have come to us have found out about the program through their parents. We put out articles, we put out flyers, and some way or another it reaches the parents, and they're the ones that really encourage their children to apply based on them understanding that their child has an interest in tech. What we want what we want in addition from parents. So far they've been really supportive. I can't think of any other way or anything else that we could possibly need from them. Just that they continue to be our biggest advocates and supporters.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know it's co-ed, correct? Okay, yes. As women who have been working in a tech industry or in a tech capacity, what has been your experience in the tech world or in programs trying to get kids into the tech world?
It's difficult.
It's
very difficult. I mean, speaking as a woman myself, I mean, being the first year that I participated, there was only 2 girls.
Right.
And it was hard to kind of assume that leadership role, and then going into the following years, helping with outreach and things like that, just trying to talk the program up, talking to girls, saying, this is what's so great about it, X, Y, and Z. You should apply. Kind of basically going over things that I personally think would interest someone like myself. It didn't always work. And when girls hear the word technology, they don't always say, hey, you know what, let's apply. It's kind of just, let's walk away. So it's very, very hard.
Yeah, absolutely. It was only a 38% enrollment, correct?
Approximately.
Yes. Okay, yeah. So what are your goals for getting girls involved in your program? What numbers would you like to see? How do you want to go about getting involved?
Ideally, I would love to see 50%.
Yeah,
definitely. I think some of the ways that we're going to push for that in this coming program, I'd like there to be more camera time or more emphasis on the girls that we have in the program doing their work, working within their groups, maybe even bringing in some additional female presenters or founders, and spotlighting that, emphasizing that, so that maybe a young girl that does have an interest in tech will see that there is an arena, there are mentors and people that have gone through it that can support her if she wants to pursue that further.
Oh, absolutely. So where do you guys see yourselves, both of you individually, in 5 or 10 years? Where do you see yourselves growing? And I know a lot of people hate this question because they're celebrating the 10th year anniversary of this. But where would you like to ideally be in 5 or 10 years?
I mean, the hope is to still be working with the city and the program in some way or another. Hopefully kind of on my own at that point, because right now I'm still in school. But yeah, I mean, ideally just still with the city working on the program.
Very cool.
I've been fortunate to work in a variety of different fields since I joined the city. I started in recreation, I went to emergency management, and now I'm in tech. And I think this is a very good place for me to be right now. I think it's, as far as, what I'm learning, and as far as how the job market and the field is just blowing up, I made the right decision to join the community broadband team, and I can see myself here in the next 5 years. Yeah.
That's great. It's wonderful that the city of Santa Monica can inspire loyalty in its employees and commitment. And
definitely.
That's great. And
definitely.
that it also supports women who want to be in the tech industry or support people who want to be in the tech industry. That's
it allows for you to work in any type of field that you want while staying within an organization.
So it looks like only 4.9% of funding is actually going towards females in technology currently right now. How do you propose we approach that, and how do you propose we change it? Is there any ideas that you have regarding steps you can take to get women involved?
Well, I think that that issue is probably related to the fact that we did not or do not see a lot of women in that career field. If we can take steps to expose women and girls actually working in those fields, if we could get more coverage of these female founders and promote that or put that out, I think it would let a lot of us know that there are women out there that are doing it, and maybe sort of, that they've paved the way for us. That would inspire me if I had an interest in it and I wasn't sure, but I saw that this woman had come before me and she had done it this way. I would definitely follow her lead.
Great. So you think it's more of a lack of awareness rather than like a predisposition to not fund females? Basically, it's more just lack of knowledge.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
So what are the dates and times of your programs and some of the details so people interested can get involved?
Yeah, the Santa Monica Youth Tech program is from June 16th to July 25th of this summer, and it's every day from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Monday through Friday.
Does it cost any money, or?
It's free of charge. It's open to our local high school students, any high school in Santa Monica. We do warn anybody that's accepted into the program that you can't get sick and you can't take any days off because it's an intense 6 weeks. We want them there for the entire duration of the program. And they're willing to put in the work and get a lot out of it.
Where can they find the information to apply? Online, or is there a website they can go to?
We open up the application online starting in, I think it's early February. We keep it open for about a month or two, and they can find that on our Youth Tech page, and that's smgov.net/Youth Tech.
Okay, great. And is there anything else you'd like them to know that they need to know when they're applying?
No, we don't require any skills per se, or there's no qualifications other than just be a high school student in Santa Monica.
Okay.
So that's really what's about it.
Be sure to check out their program at smgov.net/UTech, and you should apply this summer.